going on, guys? Welcome back to a new one. Today we're going to be learning how to change numbers in Python. Now, before I get into this, if you want to subscribe, please consider subscribing, but let's get right into this one. So, variables are assigned to numeric values that can be treated the same as numbers themselves. Two variables can be added together, divided by 2, and multiplied by a third variable without Python distinguishing between variables and literals. Like the number 2 in this example, performing arithmetic on variables does not change the variable. You can only update a variable using the plus sign. So for example, if we have 1.5 and 4, we can do the 1.5 times the 4 number of coffees and we get 6.0. And then we can either print the coffee price or we can just print out the number of coffees. Now if we update the price to $2, it becomes $8. And then we can just print the coffee price and the number of coffees there. We create two variables and assign numeric values to them. Then we perform a calculation on them. This doesn't update the variables. When we update the coffee price variable and perform the calculations again, they use the updated values for the variable. So you've decided to get into quilting. To calculate the number of squares we'll need, first let's create two variables, quilt width and quilt length. Let's make this first quilt 8 by 12 squares long. So the quilt width is going to be 8, and then we have the quilt length, which is going to equal 12. Now print out the number of squares you'll need to create the quilt. So it's basically like a grid, which will do the quilt width times the quilt length. It turns out that the quilt needed to be a little more material than you have on hand. Let's make the quilt 8 squares long. How many squares will be needed for the length instead? So just change this to 8. Instead of 96, we just need 64 now. But yeah, that's gonna hit it right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.